Welcome to the Eustress Movement Studios. My name is Shenese. This is your midweek stretch and reset. I say midweek because I hope to bring these mini stretch sessions to you at least once a week, every Wednesday. A way to kind of get over the hump, maybe do a little midday stretch, morning stretch, evening stretch, wherever you choose to do your stretch. I am a proponent of movement and especially balance work and stretching for those ligaments and those joints to keep us moving, pain-free as possible, and just to make the body nice and supple, nice and flexible. As we age, those joints start to stiffen up. So I am a big proponent of active aging and movement. Of course, I want to start out with a little bit of a warm-up with each stretch because we do not want to stretch on a cold body. Bruno will also agree. Bruno will join me in every single video. So let's just start with a nice warm up before we go into our stretch. Today, I'm just going to show you a few of my favorite stretches. And then going forward, many of our stretches will be more focused on a particular topic. And I will always roll those out or put those in the notes below. So just roll those ankles, point and flex those feet. I love to start with the feet because that is our base. That's our foundation. That's the thing that supports us and holds us up and helps us to move. So starting with those feet, just roll those ankles, point and flex those feet. Then we're going to go right on down to the knees, start to just kind of move and warm those knees up. Nothing fancy. To me, stretching isn't anything fancy, but it is essential. So don't make too much of it. It's just a movement. Starting up with those shoulders, rolling the shoulders back. Big rolls. Just warming up the body. Nothing too fancy, nothing too intense, not too much. All right, throwing those arms in there. Just going to reach for the ceiling. Still incorporating the feet for that warm up. Again, nothing fancy, just warming the body up. Going to start to swing those arms in opposite directions or scissor the arms. You can swing or you can scissor. And we layer the breathing in. So not to overwhelm you with too much. The breathing, the movement, all the things. Just in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Give me 3. Give me 2. Give me 1. Start to rotate that head. Warming up the neck. Side to side. Give me that full turn to the left and the right and the left and the right, left, right, breathe, left and right, front and back, head drops, front and back. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and roll those shoulders back and forth one more time. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Again, simple little stretches that I just kind of want to incorporate into our first session. Little things that you can do when you wake up in the morning to get that body nice and warm. And kind of get out the kinks from laying down all night. Bring that left arm across your body and just kind of hook that right arm underneath. Give me a nice little tug right here as you reach those fingers for the opposite side of the room. Rolling those shoulders down. Take that tension out of the shoulders. Take that tension out of the neck. Keep breathing into the stretch. I always say breathe into that stretch, making sure you're exhaling, so that you get the bigger range out of that muscle, out of that stretch. As you inhale and exhale, that exhale relaxes those muscles, makes the stretch feel really good. Shake those arms out. We're going to go into a side-to-side lunge, warming up those, loosening up those hips. That range is totally up to you. Big range as you go side to side, or a small range. Want to go a little wider? That is okay too. Pressing those hips back, breathing into the stretch, trying not to bounce into it, just a nice push into the knees as you push over. So you're pressing to that direction that you're going in and you're pressing those hips back. Again, wide stance. or a narrow, whatever feels good to you. All right, let's march it out right here. Another stretch that I really, really love is that hamstring stretch. You can do this one holding onto a chair. Just grab that foot. Again, this is also a little bit of balance work. Remember, I told you I absolutely love balance work. So take what you need is my motto in every single class that I teach. The same applies here in my own little midweek stretch. Take what you need. Holding onto a chair, or if you have that balance and that strength already, then just go ahead and give me that nice stretch here. Want to add a little bit more? I always want to layer on. If you want a little bit more, bring that opposite arm up. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Breathe. Give me 2. And 1. Switch sides. Take your time with that stretch. No rush. Again, you can bring that opposite arm, opposite leg, right up nice and tall. Lengthen that spine, reaching for the ceiling. These are just some of the stretches I do at the end of my day and some of the stretches I do at the beginning of my day. Also really great for midday when you need a little pick-me-up. I tend to be quite quirky, so one thing I will say is grab a stretch instead of a snack. All right, let's come on down to the floor. Do a little bit of, we're going to go into cat-cow. We're going to first do a little frog stretch. I call it a frog stretch. So turning to the front so that you can see, here I am. Here, the legs in a nice wide stance. Pulling the toes close together, hands on the floor, and just pressing back into that stretch. Pressing those hips back. I really love to focus on hip stretches. For that total mobility, you can press back into it, or you can just hold right here. Whatever feels good to your body. Again, take what you need. Drop down into that stretch. Breathe into that stretch. All right, we're going to go right into our cat-cow. Again, another one of my favorite stretches. Again, you don't have to hold these stretches too terribly long. Just again, a 5 to 10 minute midweek stretch. We're going to go right into our 4-point kneeling position, pressing down into the palm of the hands with the wrist right underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. Nice flat back, lengthen that spine from the crown to the tail. We're going to round that spine up to the ceiling, tucking that tailbone under, dropping the head nice and heavy. Breathe into the stretch. This is our cat pose. I love to do the cat pose and press back into a child's pose. Again, take what you need. You can absolutely stay right here for a little bit, or you can join me here as we press down into the hands, round that spine, press the hips back with that rounded spine. Give me a nice inhale. On the exhale, we rock forward. We inhale again. We exhale and let everything drop. That head comes up, the tummy drops. This is our cow. Inhale. Going right back into that cat pose. Round that spine, drop that head, press down into the palm of the hands. Continue to breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Press back into your child's pose or stay right there in your cow. Pressing forward into the palm of the hands, pressing those hips back towards the heels. You're still holding that rounded spine for that deep spinal flexion. We inhale. We rock forward, still holding our cat pose. We exhale. We drop that tummy and we lift that head up into our cow. Really arch that back. So now we're working in flexion here with that arched back. Now we're going to go right into that neutral spine, long line from the crown to the tail, and we're going to press back into our child's pose. Just push back. No rounded spine this time. Reaching those fingertips forward, lengthen that spine, press the hips back. Coming right back up into that 4-point kneeling. Long line from the crown to the tail. Finishing off our stretch with a nice little bit of lateral flexion. So I like to move the spine in all directions. Flexion, flexion is the rounded spine, extension going back, and then some lateral flexion. So we're going to add a little bit of lateral flexion in there to finish off our stretch. So we're going to walk those hands around. I like to think of a caterpillar, turning the head around towards the tail, feeling that stretch in the obliques in the side body, and then walk it back to the center. Remember to continue to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's take it to the other side. Lateral flexion as we walk the front of the body around to the side. Walk it back to the center. All right, now we're done with our 10-minute stretch and reset. Let's bring that body on up. Slowly, let's press forward into that front knee, a nice little lunge stretch. Taking what you need, whatever your range is. Bring it back. Other leg. Press forward into that knee for a nice stretch. Bring it up. Come right into that nice kneeling position. We're going to round that spine as we come up to standing. Straighten those legs. Nice flat back fold over. Looking down to check and make sure the knees are tracking right down the middle of the foot. We're always working on symmetry and balance in the body. At least I am. I hope you are too. We're going to hang here. Tiny bend in the knees. Just let those arms hang. Head is heavy. Knees are bent. As we roll up, anything that you don't want to take with you, leave it right here on this floor. Give me a nice big inhale as you articulate that spine. Inhale. Inhale. Inhale and exhale those shoulders back big for 1 and 2. Huge exhale as you roll them forward. 1 and 2. Last time, we bring those hands straight up over our chest, over our head. Bring our hands heart center. You are done with your midweek stretch and reset. I hope you will incorporate this into your morning routine or your evening routine whenever you need a boost or a nice stretch or something to just kind of calm the body and get your mind and body connection. Just kind of reconnect. That is what I like to say. So again, hope I will see you again next week. Every Wednesday, our stretch and reset will have a different topic every week, a different focus. And I will be listing those topics. If there's anything you want to see, Bruno, reach out to Bruno, or reach out to me. Let us know what topics you want us to cover. All about movement and lifestyle and balance. So have a beautiful rest of your week and see you next Wednesday.